The Talking Leeds podcast, match reaction with Aaron Marshall and Gerry McNamee.
Hello and welcome to Talking Leeds Match Reaction with me, Arron Marshall, and as always, Mr. Gerry McNamee, and we're reflecting on Chelsea 2, Leeds United 2. Gerry, what a roller coaster that was last night.
It was, yes, roller coaster is the best way to describe it. 2-0 down, you think, yeah, game's done. What we expected, not a great performance. Let's hope West Ham do something. I think we spoke off air, but I don't care who you are. If you're a Leeds fan and didn't hear Man United's equaliser last night, you're not a proper football fan. Yeah, you can go and have a scrub afterwards and what have you, but needs must, So, but to come back to all, and Palmer missed that chance at the end. I put on Twitter, and a lot of people, I think, agreed. There's moments in a season, a save, a goal, a defeat, a last minute. And, we're 2-0 down, we get back to 2-2. They miss. Man United score that late draw, equaliser. And you look back on that and you think, And we end the night, as I said, for 6 points clear of West Ham still after the series of games. Great. And we're above Spurs. So we've got another team in between. And yeah, Spurs have had a busy day, haven't they? I'm ashamed to say Thomas Frank's gone, but they're in a bit of chaos. Danny Murphy said today, maybe it's time to bring in Harry Redknapp or Big Sam as an interim. These guys are stealing a living as pundits. For God's sake. Harry Redknapp.
I was listening to the radio, and they keep these Spurs fans saying, yes, Harry Redknapp needs to come back, and I think Darren Bent said, but he's 80, he's nearly 80. Yes. Why would you want him? And they're just obsessed.
And remember, his dog signs his checks for him, or something like that. Yeah, terrific. Yeah, leave it out. Terrific. I hope they implode. I mean, I've no real truck with Spurs, but it would be funny, and it would be funny for these elite Premier League teams for something. You could have it next year that if they won the Champions League, Spurs, they'd be playing Real Madrid on a Wednesday and Lincoln away on the Sunday. I remember Spurs when we're relegated before in '77, and they came straight back up. Sometimes you need a reset, but that'd be a big reset for the biggest stadium in the Championship. It'd be hilarious. But I'm not bothered. I don't care who goes down, as long as it's not us. And we somehow got a draw out of that, and great result. Absolutely fantastic. 1 point out of these first 3 games to start with. Get another one against Villa, and we're on a good roll here. And you look at fixtures, West Ham, you're thinking, everybody, we got hard fixtures. But West Ham, we got tricky ones. Spurs have got tricky ones. Forest as well. Forest play Wolves tonight. They might get within a point of us. Would it be a point of us or level in points? I can't remember. Quickly looking at the table. There'd be level on points. So Spurs would go down even further. That's I think. Oh no, will it? No, they'll be on 20.
No, we're on 30. They'll be on 20.
We were level with them before the game on Friday. So they'll be level with Spurs. All in all, a weird game. The first thing we heard was Calvert-Lewin wasn't playing, and he thought I think he was ill, from what I can understand.
A little bit of man flu. That's what I've heard.
Which is fine. So that means he'll rest over the weekend and be ready for the Villa game. But it was like going back to George Graham days. We had 6 to 7 defenders in the team. Strikes out, Stacks out, Calvert-Lewin. That's a lot of injuries. This is what we worried about. And I was surprised. Bial was back, and you think, well, just put Bial back in for a strike, and James will play and Bogle. But he brought in Barnow as well. So you had Bogle, and then you had just Justin, and then you thought, where's everybody playing? And James Justin, I can't. James Justin played. He did the right winger thing or the right wing back, and then Bogle's playing sort of up front. But we set up. It felt like we'd regressed, and the first half started okay, but Chelsea just kept coming at us, and when they scored, I mean, Joe Pedro was just, as I say, just trot in behind. He'd go offside. Here's the ball. I'll run onside, and no surprise when he got the goal. And he could have had more goals. And Barnow was really struggling. We had the Musselman ref who was handing out yellow cards early. I think the Chelsea ones are about right, but I think he booked Goodmanson for pulling out of a tackle, and
it's a bit strange. And obviously, we need to mention Bijol as well. You know, it's like what TLG says: "Is that push from beyond made me angry? How bloody stupid!" Yeah,
we all thought that.
It was. I think we're all in agreement that it's stupid. I don't know why he's done it.
But ironically, if Chelsea played Wolves at the weekend, and Wolves give away the exact same penalty, and it's kids football, it's Sunday League, just went like that, and he was going away from the goals, so you idiot was one of the better ones you heard, but what the fuck's he doing? And you thought, well, that's it, game over. And I think I might have said to you at halftime, we'll get Barnow off.
Yeah, you did.
Get Okafor on, and Okafor there was one stage where he was running across the pitch and he lost possession, but he caused problems. But I suppose if we look at the goals, we're 2-0 down, and we get the penalty. That was the order. Yeah, we get the penalty, and it was a penalty. He took his foot out, and I don't think there was much argument about that. And a good penalty by Nemecha, who leading the line, difficult job. He wasn't getting much service, put it away nicely. And then a few minutes later, I don't know what happened. The ball did hit, it probably hit Bogle's elbow, but hit him off the leg. So you thought, well, they're going to disallow this. But it was the Chelsea goalkeeper again messes up. The ball, all of a sudden, Okafor's tapping it, and you thought, well, that's going to be chalked off. You thought, hang on a minute. And it's 2-2. And you think, wow, we got something here. But it's happened to Chelsea before. I remember a few years ago, we were 2-2. Joe Geldart scored, and they got a dodgy pen, and we lost in the cup. And you thought Man City, and you thought the inevitable is going to happen. We're going to lose this 3-2. Backs to the wall. We could not get out. Couldn't get out. And you thought it's going to happen, and the ball comes across, and you thought, and you go, what? Hang on, what? It was impossible what he did. Impossible.
It was comical, and I've seen all the reactions from Merson and things like that on Sky, thinking, what have I just seen? He missed it.
I saw Merson's reaction.
You just think, what a shame that he missed it. But it's like what Carl says here. Evening both, we stole a point. Also think Palmer must have had some money on 2-2. And Sesko, my new favourite player, we don't play for us. A huge goal to keep them 6 away. Yep, you're right, Carl. And we can't complain, because I think that point was so valuable to us, given how Manchester United equalised for West Ham. And I've apologised to you, Jared. Forgive me for my sins. I committed a sin. I have had 3 showers, and I've scrubbed. I did cheer for Manchester United when they score. I'll never do it again. Yeah,
my other half, I went into the other room to watch the rest of the Man U West Ham game. When she came in, I said, I was telling her the scenario. She's overhead. Yeah. And I said, Man U's just equalised. She says, I know, I heard you. And I thought, it's interesting watching the game with someone who doesn't really not understand or doesn't care. And she said to me, okay, he's not gone the game. I'll put it on, we'll watch it. And she said, he's not very good tonight, are you? And they seem to be faster with the ball, the other team. And then you can't really you're not getting it out, are you? And then she was laughing at me because from a sitting watching the game, I was pacing the floor. And then when Longstaff gave away that free kick, I was, what are you doing? And then you look, he didn't touch him. Yeah. No. And the other thing was, when did Longstaff come on? I thought, I didn't see him come on. Even the cameras, they didn't say who went off. Who went off? I don't know. So, Yes, David says, how quiet were the Chelsea fans? Of course, all these elite clubs have quiet fans.
Very quiet.
This was a unique experience for me because I normally at the game, so watching it from home, and all you could hear was the Leeds fans, and all you could hear was Steve McManaman, shut the feck up. And the commentator had obviously done his homework on the 1970 Cup final because he was determined to get all that out. And one thing I hate about football is when people pluralise names. So you go, your Brenners and your Hunters and your Ron Harrises. I hate that. Don't pluralise. So the commentary is a bit of a downside, and the pundits and everything else. But overall, a good night's work. Carl says we might have stole a point. We got a point.
That's got a point.
We're on 30 points. We're 1 point off where we finished the last time we were relegated. It's at the moment, it's looking that, we don't know 40 points. But you look, we've gone above Spurs. We're a point behind Brighton, who have had could be drawn into it. And it's getting enough teams between us and them, and getting in through the next 2 games, league games, get something out of these. And if we're coming out against Man City after that game and we're 4 or 5 points clear of West Ham, it's not bad.
I just want to give you this stat as well from Johnny Cooper on X. Leeds are the first newly promoted side in Premier League history to remain unbeaten against both Chelsea and Liverpool in the season. Well, that breeds safety there, doesn't it?
Although there was football before Premier League, but it's a good stat in the days. And and so Carl was saying, wouldn't it be great if we went to Spurs and got Archie cut price? That would be
get it back for 10 million quid.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, they are in trouble. So when you saw the team, did you think, oh, what?
Well, I was trying to work it out, Jerry. Like with all these defenders on, I thought, how the hell are we going to play here? I think I would say it was probably about 5 at the back, and then Bogle was just up front, really, wasn't he? When he was supposed to be on the wing, but it was. I thought, ooh. That was my first reaction when that that team sheet came out, and I think Brendan, he was a little bit missing. He had a bit of an off game for me.
He probably didn't get much up there really. I felt he got more involved in the second. I think when we scored, it was going long. Just be very basic about it, and just because that's how we did Chelsea last. Okafor is getting better. He's becoming more troublesome for teams, and when he sometimes his decision making is not great, but he's scoring goals, and when he runs with the ball, he does create stuff. So our bench was quite strong. I think Dan James was an extra defender. He never really got going attack. But we've got a strong bench. And I imagine against Birmingham, we'll empty the bench again, and those players give them time and everything else. But it's not an under 21 team that we're putting out. We're just putting out the other players, getting them games and everything else. All in all, I'm quite. Ampadu did a dodgy header back in the Forest game late on. He hit one back to Carl Darlow, which was coming at a bit too much pace, but Darlow hit it out. So we're all happy, and I think when Man U equalised, that guy's hair is still long.
What a shame! What a shame!
Hopefully he's making a few quid out of that because it's funny, and I hope so. It's he seems, for a Man U fan, he seems decent enough. So. That's pretty hilarious. But teams are looking at Leeds and going, look, they're catching us, they're drawing us in. So Sunderland are only 6. I know, maybe getting carried away, but ultimately, Sunderland are on a downer as well. They're catchable. I'm not saying they're going to go down, but they're catchable for us. And we've got the points on the board. Just keep that going. Get something at Villa, who are a bit iffy, and put it up to Man City at home and see where we go. But I say that gap is, that's what it's all about.
It's that gap, isn't it? And as you said, we moved up a place into 15th. Spurs are in free fall. Big Sam, Harry Redknapp, all linked with the Dogs to go back to go down there.
Gareth Southgate has been mentioned as manager again, and I don't think Garrett's a league manager.
No,
but I think there was a lot of people wanting to sack Farke at halftime as well. They were out. He pulls it around again. Yeah, he does, and I think he could see. I thought he should have changed at halftime, but he could see what we need to do, and be all other than what he did. He had a decent game. Joe Rodon got smashed into the hoardings. That was a bit snaky. But yeah, Cole Palmer's face. At the best of times, it's vacant. But it was, wow. You just think, is this destiny? Because other years that ball goes in, and you just think, yeah.
Especially because it could have been, obviously, if we'd have lost that game yesterday, it could have been a lot worse. And if West Ham got over the line as well, it would have been really concerning, wouldn't it, for us? But ultimately, we matched their result. We've got a 6-point gap over them still. That's all that matters. And just thank you very much, Chelsea. Thank you very, very much for the points. Can we play you every week? That's what I feel like saying. But we don't want another game like that, do we, Gerry? Because it was a real test for the heart for me last night. So I can't take much more of this. So we're on 30.
Feel alive. Feel alive. If you're mid-table, if you were ninth and going nowhere either way, it's nice. But these are hopefully we look back on this season. I think this is a pretty good season we've had. It's other than that bad results we had early in the season when we lost to Forest and Brighton and Villa. I think we're third in games lost since November or December. And we've lost to Newcastle and Arsenal. Possibly we may lose to City or Villa, but it's still a good record considering what we're up against and what we thought was going to happen. And going to Chelsea and not great, missing players, set up maybe wrong, not working out, still through 2-2, and with a bit of luck at the end. And that's the sign of a team. We're playing well in our own way. We're not in free fall like Spurs and others who. I think if you look, I was listening to Square Bolton and he made a good point. They said if you look at other teams, they all hate the manager or their players and everything. And I think, other than wanting Farke sacked maybe once a game, I think we're generally happy with. It's good. Seems a good squad of players. They work hard. They seem decent lads. Farke has turned it round and given us a chance, and that's all we can ask for at this stage. We're now middle of February. Is it 12? How many games have we got left?
12 games to go, Gerry. 12 to go.
It's 12. 12 games.
Left.
Two wins in that and 4 draws.
I was just going to say that because obviously Carl says 3 more wins and a couple of draws. What do you think we need? I think we need to get, 40 is still the target. I think we might need a little bit more than that.
Yeah, really if we get 40, 42, and you can't. You look at the home games we got: Burnley, Wolves, Sunderland, Brighton, even all winnable games. Brentford under the lights. We want to be. I'm looking at. We want to be at going into May against Burnley at home, thinking, we're there. That's and we might lose the next 6 games and it changes, but we play Man City and Man United. And
that's
the rest are all, they're all beatable.
That's it. Come the beginning of March, we've got a really favourable run, haven't we? Because obviously Villa going strong this year. They've done really well this season. City, who will kick on as they always do towards the back end of the season. Yeah. But that's it. You look at the rest, with the exception of probably, depending on who's on at Spurs, you just don't know. I look at Manchester, that'll be a tough game, we know. But you look at those and think, we can get something out of those.
As we said, it's sort of concertina, and we have to be prepared to go down to 2 points or something. But West Ham aren't going to keep winning. They've had a great run. They should be dead and buried. But they've won, 4 out of 6 or something like that?
Yeah.
And that's mad. That's top 4, top 5 form they've hit. And if they'd just gone quietly, then just someone says, just come here looking for Celtic. Still not coming along. Oh, don't know. Don't get that one. That's from hard.
There you go.
Whatever you're drinking, Shanklin. Yeah. I think you have come to the wrong pod. But I've got Celtic leanings, as you know. But anyway, have a nice evening. I forget what I was saying there. Whatever I was saying,
George says, as long as the gap is good come the Sunderland game, 10 games to go with the games we've got left, especially at home. I think we are home and dry. Colin says we have to be more of an attacking threat when away. Mass defence is a mistake. We were lucky last night not taking away from the lads played well. Somebody
said Yeah, somebody said you need not good generals, but lucky generals. Somebody said that, and that's whatever it takes. And yes, the sitting back is a problem, but the thing is, we don't have to win every game.
No.
We don't like losing, but we just have to keep ticking over, and a draw another point is fine. So yeah, all those points taken on board. We all know we weren't great at first half. We battled second half, got back in the game when we were dead, and yeah, and
we were it. I think the away form. I think you got to look. We're a promoted side. We're banking on us home form, which is where the majority of our points have come from.
Yeah.
Next season, you would think, right, we've got a bit more money, we've got a bit more quality, and you can really compete away. But I can't complain about the away performances, Jerry, because they're picking up points, and rather than picking up nothing, a point is better than nothing, and. Yeah, it's. I think it's work to improve. We can improve that next year. Let's not worry about it too much this year.
The bearded peacock there asked me, "Am I staying in Birmingham for a week?" What would I stay in Birmingham for a week? I don't actually live in Ireland. I live up the road from Birmingham. I'm actually watching the Birmingham game in a pub in Spain this weekend. In a Leeds pub, the Abbey Tavern, which is a Leeds bar in near Torrevieja in Spain, if anybody knows. And I went in there one day thinking, will they show the Leeds game here? And because I knew it was sort of Leeds, and 5 minutes before the game, started playing Marching On Together, and I thought, yeah, I'm in the right place there. Yeah. So I'm missing. This will be the fourth game I've missed this season, home and away. I feel like a fair weather armchair fan at the moment. I will be at the Villa game, bit of prawn sandwich at the Villa game, so I'll be happy. But nice. I intend. That's the last games I missed, touch wood, and being healthy and everything else. I will be all the others. And
well, it leads us on nicely, Jerry, to Birmingham. Then I fancy a cup run now. I fancy a really good cup run.
I think we'll win on Sunday. I think it'll be much the same team as played against Derby. We'll probably see Perry in goals. Or will he keep Darlow in just to keep the consistency? Defensively, it'd be interesting because we're using 5 defenders. We're not over. We probably have to play a couple of the lads. Maybe Beal needs a bit of game time. Pascal's injured, so I think he's out. And you rest Joe Rodon, Barna. James Justin is just, he's up there. If he started the season in November, say, he's up there as one of our best players. He really is, and I think. He might get some belts, but he might see Sam Byron, who deserves a run.
He deserves a run, doesn't he?
Stack, will he be back? I don't know. Longstaff anyway. Will he needs minutes? Tanaka, Willie, Perot. So it'll be that sad. I mean, this is not a weakened team. It's players just not getting a game, and this is similar to the Derby game in the sense that championship, who you could trip up, and I fancy us to be in the 5th round draw. And home. Will we get a home game? Probably not, because the law of averages say we should, but we are totally going against any law of average as far as our home and away cup draws are. Is it 81% of our games have been away since about the year 2000 or something along those lines? But whatever we do, I'd like to get a home game against a minnow that's left. Like Brentford or someone. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking here at who's in the draw. So Stoke, Fulham, Liverpool, Brighton. So one of them is going to go. Oxford, Sunderland, Southampton, Leicester. We'll mention Leicester.
Is that? Oh, they're playing. Did you see that game last night?
Yeah.
Southampton, Leicester was last night. Leicester, oh my, 3-0 up at halftime. And it's lost 4-3, 6-point deduction. I'm told. Somebody said this to me. They'd only got a 6-point deduction because if they'd got more than that, it would have meant that if you'd look back on them winning the league, if they'd had 7 points, it would have meant Leeds and Ipswich would have finished above them, or Southampton. And we could have had a chance to sue. I don't know if that's true, but it's a good theory anyway. But to be 3-0 up at home and lose 4-3 is hilarious.
I'm just looking at other ones which are there. So Wrexham play Ipswich, that's a championship.
I want Wrexham. I want to play Wrexham. That's the one.
Yeah, that's Hull. Chelsea will beat them. Burnley, Mansfield, Norwich, West Brom. That's an old championship affair. Port Vale, Bristol City, Grimsby, Wolves, Manchester City play Salford. as well. So there's a couple of championship games in there, but there's a lot
Yeah.
of Prem games as well. Villa,
Yeah, I'll take a
Newcastle.
championship, lower championship team at home. Yeah, I don't want to travel to Southampton, Sunderland,
No.
any places far away.
No.
Bournemouth's still in it. I don't know, but don't want to. Don't want to. Oh no, Bournemouth I think got knocked out by Newcastle, didn't they?
It did, yes. Yeah, they're not in it yet.
Well, there's a lot of dull teams in there. We'll probably end up with Stoke again. Right, let's just get there. And a cup run, yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Cup run and top 10 finish. Cup run and top 17 finish should be fine. Yeah.
Even better. David says 30 of the last 35.
Yeah,
That is about right. Yeah, it's crazy.
And say if you ever studied maths and laws of probability and that's just ridiculous. You'd have been laughed out of maths class if you'd said if you flick a coin a few times you get 30 out of 35. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's crazy times. Yeah. But yeah, Birmingham on Sunday, and then back to it next weekend with Villa. What do you think then, Gerry? Do you think we'll win then on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm confident we'll win. I think it'll be similar to the Derby game. I feel that. Birmingham, I think Birmingham are disappointed this year, and I think they expected, the momentum of getting promoted in League One, and they had the money, and I think they've not been as good as they thought, and they're going to build them chimneys at St Andrews, that terrible ground. Tom Brady will probably be there in his white jeans and his face that doesn't move. And we'll see. Yeah.
Well, so just looking at Birmingham, the 10th in the Championship, they're a point off Wrexham in 6th. It's just too congested in that league.
Yeah, it's a game we could lose. It's easily one. It's just in the cup anything happen. But I think we'd be going out with a decent, strong team, as I say, at the squad, and we're good enough. We're good enough as we showed against Derby. Yeah, we just had that extra bit of class, and I think the next round of the cup. I'm getting too far ahead of myself. I think it's first Saturday in March, something like that. Yeah,
good.
So that'll be good. If we did get through and got a home draw, we'd have 3 home games in a row. We'd Man City, Sunderland on the Tuesday. But hey, I'm talking about what draw we're getting in the 5th. We're not even out of the 4th, so let's not get carried away. But it's nice. We can take it or leave it, can't we? But I want to be. I've always wanted to be at Wembley and sing "Abide with Me." I just do all the and take a picture with me covered in silver paper.
I'd like to go to Wembley rather than a playoff final. And just, have a bit of a semi-final. Why not? You just never know. What is it? Are we 3 games away from Wembley or something like that, isn't it? Or is it 4?
4th, 5th, 6th semi-final. 4 games to Wembley. Well, 3 if you count semi-final,
Yeah, that's what we want. Good stuff. Right, Gerry, enjoy and safe travels to España.
Yeah, it's just doing some charity work for the gin industry over there, as I do. Flying on Valentine's Day, so that's a good excuse not to have to do anything. We're flying, so we're going on holiday, so don't have to do Valentine's. Don't forget Valentine's Day. I hope you got a card and everything now, have you?
Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah,
it's a load or whatever it is after this.
It's a load of bollocks. It really is. It's a card company created thing. I'm such an old cynic, but but to keep on the right side of the other half, it's probably best to do it, isn't it? Best to do it.
I'll tell you what, Eric says, Europe, here we come. Gerry's off to Europe.
He's not Eric Pickles. He used to be the Tory minister, is he? No, I don't think he would be. Big glad he was Eric Pickles. Yeah.
Europe, here we come. Gerry will be.
So we'll keep an eye on Forest Wolves tonight, and for Shanklin T9, whatever. I get what you're saying. Celtic are playing tonight, and so hopefully we'll. And I think it's going to hit a cold spell, Carl. You're asking, and next week in Spain's 2022. So I'll be
that sunshine back.
Unleashing me legs on everybody. It's getting brighter, as they say in Ireland. If anybody from Ireland is watching, there's a grand stretch in the evenings. A grand stretch. Well. Yeah.
Good stuff. We'll be back, won't we, Gerry, reflecting on this one in Sunday or Monday, but let's hope we get through to the 5th round and let's just enjoy it. Let's enjoy ourselves. Watch Wolves move Forest. That's what we want.
we can relax tonight and know that we're 6 points clear of relegation, and another game, 12 games to go. It's on, and let's be out of trouble by the end of March. Let's be out of trouble.
Yeah, good. Nice one, Gerry, and I will see you later on. And thanks everybody for watching, and don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe and a share and all that sort of stuff, and we will see you on the next one.